Thank you.
Yes, ma. Welcome,
So,
ma.
do I have the time now?
Yes, please.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank
You
you.
have the stage. So before
Okay, so
Mama comes up, I would like to do a brief introduction, a very brief one, because if I say I should start, we'll not finish. So let us welcome Mama Adejumoke Olowowaste, popularly known as Olowojumoke Olowowaste, with over a decade of experience in the education sector, both locally and
okay,
internationally. Jumoke is a true
okay,
champion
yeah,
of environmental education and waste management. She is passionate about empowering people of all ages. She is dedicated to spreading the knowledge of importance of waste management, recycling, upcycling, eco gardening, and mental health practices.
okay,
She
okay,
Jumoke is the visionary behind the PP4 the PP40 waste to playground. She also did a PP45 waste advocacy recently, a project that reached 16,000 students and 1,005 teachers across 40 public primary schools in Ibadan, Oyo State. She celebrated her 45th birthday today by sharing waste upcycling skills with this young mind, making a lasting impact in their life. She's also the force behind many sustainable events for corporate and social responsibility initiative. She's the founder of and the creative director of the first ever waste museum in Africa. The waste which is tagged the Waste Museum in Ibadan. Jumoke is working tirelessly to create a world without waste, aligned with the United Nations Sustainability Goals. Please join me
oh
as
yeah,
I make
oh you want
welcome
to for you.
Jumoke Olowoke. Welcome,
Hello, good afternoon. I'm so honored to be here. And I remember the first day that Joshua sent me the flyer, and I was like, hey, that day is my birthday. I'm not sure I will even be able to do anything. Oh. But it's very difficult for you to say no to Joshua now. He will just be on your neck.
Mama Abego.
So,
Thank you so much, ma.
but I think I even told you that day that I'm not even going to be around. I think I can't remember whether we discussed it, but we are glad that we set the dates and God made it possible for us to be alive to see this day.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a beautiful honor for me to be in your midst today.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah, I can say you are the first person that is seeing me in public today because I've been indoor all day.
Wow.
Wow.
We are
I
lucky.
just and well, my name is Jumoke Olowowaste, as they have rightly said. People know me as Olowokere before, but I am naming myself Olowowaste, and I'm going to start the process to make it very official because waste is big business,
Mm.
and I'm very, very honored and passionate to be labeled Olowo Waste
Mm.
because it's high time we begin to shift our mentality. I was telling my daughter today, I said, somebody sent me a tribute for my birthday, and then she said, how did she even put the word? You know, people will have a way of writing a lot of tributes when it comes to your birthday, and you'll be wondering, who are they talking about? So she said something about Kinikon, exceptional creativity, creative Kinikon. So I was telling my daughter, I said, wait, oh, are they talking about me? I said, several years ago, I would never have seen myself that I'm creative
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
because my background, I didn't have anything to do with creativity.
Mm.
I did science in secondary school. I prepared a slide, but I think there's no need for me to just use slide. Let me just do a art to art talk with you guys. Or what do you think?
Very important, ma. Thank you so much. But we can still have the slide so that we'll
No
keep it.
problem.
Thank you, ma.
So, I when I was growing up, the topic you gave me is creative thinking for waste management.
Yes, ma.
And if I want to start breaking down each of that topic, I will need to, put in a lot of effort for us to be able to do it in 1 hour. Because when you're talking about creative, that one, separate it. Then put thinking,
Mm.
separate it. Then put waste, separate it, then put
Manage it.
management. Those are four different
Core.
words. We could sit down with each one and talk about it for a whole day. And I
Yes.
realized that in those with those four topics that you have given us, they have practical examples that I can share on creative, on thinking, on waste, and management of it. So putting the four together, I will just try to see how I can, you know, just share from my heart with that, so that we don't limit ourselves with the slides that I've prepared.
Very true. Very true.
Now, I was telling my daughter this afternoon, I said, if somebody had told me 7 years ago that I would be referred to as creative, I would have said, how? Because
Mm.
I never see myself as a creative person. I never had opportunity to express my creative side.
Mm.
Although, looking back, I realized that I've actually been expressing myself, my
Wow.
creative part, but it was not identified, it was not solidified, it was not encouraged. I remember that as far back as when I was 6 years old, I will, my grandma had a shop. Is anybody familiar with St. Louis? Around St. Louis,
Yeah.
Mokola.
Absolutely.
My grandma had, we were staying in A7, Mokola Housing Estate, opposite St. Louis Gates. So St. Louis is on the left, then the housing estate is on the right, all the way lined up. My grandma used to have a shop right on that road, that St. Louis road. But the buildings are very big. They're like, all these British buildings. So they have very big compounds, and the building is inside. And then there's a small shop that my grandma created right on the road. As far back as when I was 6 years old, I will finish my chore. I'll come back from school, I think around 2 o'clock, 1:50. We used to close 1:50. So by 2:30, we're back home. I'll finish my chores on time. And guess what? I will check the time. Once it is 5, I'll go to my grandma's shop right on the road, and I will start dancing.
Hmm. Wow.
By
Wow.
5 o'clock, workers, then there's no much cars. Most people don't have cars.
Mm.
Everybody either walk or you take a taxi. So workers close at 5. And so they used to troop to and fro, to the left and right in front of my grandma's shop. And guess what I would do? I will stand right where there's a lot of crowd passing, going and front, and I will gather crowd and I will just be dancing.
Wow.
Latest, I'm the one that they will see it on my leg. I remember when break dance, we used to pick thing on the hair like this. If somebody had mentored me that early, they
Mm.
channel me to art or to creative aspects. But
Mm.
that same era was the era whereby once you are an A student, you just have to be in science.
Mm.
And we they
Mm.
don't share art.
Mm.
So those were the era that I grew up in. So I was creative. I was showing different, aspects of creativity, performance, drama, dance. I was never shy. I can dance in front of 500 people as early as 6 years old. They will gather, they will be clapping for me. Me, comes up, tiju, me,
Mm.
tiju,
Mm.
me, my sister, my immediate sister is like opposite, directly opposite me. Once they ask her to dance, she will start crying, she will abuse everybody, she will never dance. But me, every party, I always get money because he might see balloon, I will start dancing. Now look at me, 45 years now, I'm still doing Zumba.
Mm. Mm.
You can see that it is
Mm.
a part of what God has created in me, which over the years I will have left or thrown away
Mm.
due to the fact that I was looking for what is not lost. What is
Mm.
inside my Shokoto is what I'm looking for in Shokoto. So I did science. From science, SS3, I couldn't cope because my teachers was victimizing me. So right from when I was writing my WAEC form, I changed to art that I never attended.
Mm.
So I
Wow.
removed chemistry on the table where I was filling my WAEC books. I never did. I normally read novels. One other thing you can know me for when I was young is reading novels. Kò sí ibi tí mi ò sí lè yà novel. If I don't see you as a stranger and I see a book with you, if I don't collect it, I will not sleep. It was that bad. I would hide inside toilet, hide everywhere, anywhere I was with book. I can open all books and be reading at the same time. Now look at all those traits. Those are
Mm.
artistic traits. But I was not fortunate enough to have any counselor or any mentor. My mom is a single mom of four that was trying to
Wow.
make ends meet, that trying to feed us. So there was nobody to guide and say, oh, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do. But guess what? I did all those merry-go-round. Yeah, I got admission into UI after 3 years. What did I enter UI to do? Any available course. So I put in for special education and French. Did that for 5 years because I had to defer the whole education to go for a year abroad. Now, from 200 level, I joined sports. So I became an athlete for UI, and I did that for 5 years. And I did all those merry-go-round, finished from school, started working from where it was not even related to the course I did in school. Now, I'm telling you this story because different ways, different journey that we have in life. Some of us may not be
Mm.
fortunate as you guys. Look at you guys. Look at Joshua. Working in line according to purpose.
Mm.
He did not have to waste 30 years, 40 years.
Mm.
I did not discover what I needed to do until few months to my 40th birthday.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
going all round. I was
Wow.
trying everything. I was doing everything. But guess what? At some point, I started to ask myself, Jumoke, what do you like to do? And I
Mm.
started pursuing it.
Mm.
I realized that I love working with my hands.
Mm.
I just love anything that has to do with practical, anything that has to do with trying something,
Mm.
doing. I
Mm.
just discovered that. And guess what? I was already married. I think I already had 3 children by then. Said,
Wow. Wow.
I love
Wow.
learning. I noticed that I love learning. I love reading books and I love working with my hands. So, do you know
That's it.
what I started doing? I was working as an executive secretary. I was not qualified. I was just given the job. But guess what? For every job I worked at, despite the fact that I was not qualified for it, I did it exceptionally well.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
It's to the point that anytime I want to leave any job I'm working at, your guy will be like negotiating and be begging me that don't go now. Are you sure? I remember when I wanted to leave my job as an executive secretary, my boss was calling me and said, okay, you know what? Don't go yet. Give me 3 more months. I gave him 3 months. Within that 3 months, I went to go and register for professional DEF, my French professional exams. After 3 months, I called him again and said, Oga, you're 3 months that you said I should give you this. Imagine me telling my Oga, me and Oga is negotiating. I was managing 30 staff, so 30. My Oga will leave me in Nigeria and travel. Once Jumoke is around, nothing goes. I was pregnant with twins. I would travel to different villages with my pregnancy. I would go with I was an asset. And
Wow.
that really pointed to the fact that while trying to search for your purpose, whatever your hand finds to
Mm.
do it well.
Mm. Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
ma'am.
I was creative. Don't forget that is where the story started from. We are talking about creativity now because you think or you are here because you think that you are creative or you are in a creative space. Forget it. Me, I did not even know. If somebody called me creative, I'll be like, I'll say, sure, creative, but no. Me, I'm just a reader, just like reader, and I love dancing. I never imagined I could create anything or come up with any idea because I had not discovered myself. But one thing I remembered I was able to do is that wherever I found myself, I gave my best. I did my work like as if I was the owner of the work.
Mm.
My boss will travel and leave me with the company. And when I'm talking to my clients, they will think I'm the boss's wife because I'll be talking with authority. I'll be talking as if the company is mine.
Wow.
I'll be
Wow.
thinking I'll be making, I'll just be giving feedback to my boss, and my boss will say, "Well done. That's exactly what I would have done." I
Mm.
didn't take it as almost share. No, I took it like it was mine, and
Mm.
that helped me because it made me to be able to, you know, it gave me confidence. It gave me that exposure when I started my own company. All the decisions I made while I was working for. Do you know? Let me shock you with this news. Do you know I was a manager of food co Bodija.
Wow. 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 Wow.
When I
Wow.
when I was in food co Bodija, Madam Bash was begging me to Mokema I see law. Before I left Bodija, Madam Bash hired a manager that was so called professional with certificate and everything. Could not manage what I was managing before I left. By the time he by the time he run the place for 1 month when I went to go and serve, Madam was calling me and saying, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? This man has started all the things that you did, though. And me, I was not qualified. I did not have all the certificate of food nutrition, because I was managing the fast food, and I was managing almost 10 or 12 staff, and I was eating all my targets. She gave me 3 targets with extra pay, and I was getting all the extra pay every month. And by second, she increased my sales target, and I still met it. Why? If it is time for kitchen, and somebody came in and said, I want to order 300 meat pie, and he checked the time. I said, I want it in 3 hours. I will not tell them it's impossible. I will say it's possible. I will roll up my sleeve and join the kitchen staff, and we will do it together, and we will deliver. And so, whatever your hand find to do it well. Guess what? The skills that I learned when I was in food co, I'm still using it at the Waste Museum till today. Now, all this journey, I was going through this journey, and I started asking myself, what do you like to do? Then I started doing them. So what do? I did not have the money to do them, but I was saving because I was already working. So what do? I was working as a teacher. When I left do you know how I finally left my boss? I went to go and take master's from in UI, and I filled full time, and I submitted before showing in. And I said, Oga, what's any masters me? One, she OT, I hope you have not dropped the form. I said, he said, hope you did not feel full time. I said, oh, why? He said, feel part time, you can be coming from work. I said, I did not know. I feel full time. That was how I was able to escape from my boss.
Oh my
And
God.
even after I left his office, 2 years later, he still called me to lead his team to Port Harcourt for an exhibition, because he said I was the only one he could trust with that kind of project, and he would go and rest because he knew he would not be able to make it. So even 2 years after I had left, he still sent me to Port Harcourt to lead his team for a conference by the architects. And that is what we are talking about. And that is what will bring value. And that is what people will say. Because if you do people's work with all that you have, then when God gives you your own, when you know, everybody is not going to describe themselves like Joshua. Some will have to work for 10 years, going through different wilderness. Some of you will have to work, I don't know why I'm hammering on this, because this is not what I plan to say. But I believe that God is here with us. And somebody here, some of us will need to walk around for 5 years before we discover our purpose. Some will need to work 20 years. Some will find it immediately. But whichever way you find yourself, make sure that whatever you find to do part time, you do it well. You give it your best. Don't do it as it's not my work. I can do it anyhow I like. Maybe nobody is seeing me. My dear, God is seeing you. And it is the way you do somebody's work that you will be able to get to yours quickly. I never knew I could start a company. I wasn't planning to. I love working for people. I mean, people, if they give me I love working for people. When you give me a task to do, I'm the best. Anywhere I've worked, I'm the best worker. Because I always overdo. I always overdo. I over deliver. When they give me something to do, I do it well. So I never planned to start my own business. So that is for you to realize that we don't plan things in life, but when you put your life in the hand of God and you do your best at every time, God will direct you to wherever you need to get to. So I was doing that journey, and then I became a teacher. I was doing visual art teacher. I was teaching people how to. Guess what? When I found that teaching job, how did I find it? I discovered waste in my kitchen. I found the waste in my kitchen, and my waste manager that used to come and collect our waste in our neighborhood said our waste is becoming too much, that we'll buy another drum. Who wants to pay for extra to pack waste? So I called my neighbors. I said, we have to find a solution to reduce our waste. I did not know that it was a global problem. I did not know that I have never had what is called circular economy before. I have never had climate change before. I'm talking about 2012. I was already married. I had 3 children already. I was living my regular life, going to work at 8, coming back at 6, taking care of my children. That was the life I was living. Like a normal sediment, normal regular Jimmy kind of. But when the waste manager called us and said, "You're going to pay extra money for us to come and take your waste," I said, "No, hey,
Mm.
the money that is not even yet enough, I will not be paying
Mm.
dustbin man. Let's find a way to reduce the waste that ends up in the dustbin." That was how I started looking for how we can sort our waste. That was where my journey started from.
Oh.
So I told my neighbors, I said, plastics bottle, let's not dump it in drum anymore. Cans, I had twins that year, and my twins eat 1 can of nap every day. So every 7 days, I have 7 big cans of that. Now, Emmys will add other waste from eggshells, from whatever. So we said, let's not put this inside the drum. Let's not put this. That was how we started sorting. We learned sorting by experience, by reality of life. Nobody taught us. We learned it because we were trying to save money. So we started sorting waste. Then I started discovering more waste in my kitchen. I didn't have any, don't forget I didn't have any art teacher before. I don't think I was creative, but I felt there should be something that we could do with the waste that I was collecting. So do you know what I did? I just dedicated the room and I started keeping them. Our topic is creative thinking for waste management. Now look at my journey. I identified the waste. I realized that they could still be used. I did not have any creative idea of what to use it for. I did not have any experience of what to do it for. But I felt a strong feeling in my heart that it will be worth something and we can use it for something. And I did not know it. But I did not give up. So I started keeping them. So my friends come and they said, "Why are you keeping all these jabadantis?" I cannot tell them why. They say, "What do you want to use it for?" I said, "I don't know." They said, "So why are you keeping it?" I said, "I don't know, but I just felt that we can keep it and we use it for something." And I said, "So, not much. Okay." And then how is that your business? Did I carry it to your house? Did I bring it to your house? Is it not in my own house? I said, "Why are you stressing me now?" So then one of my friends came and said, "Why are you doing this? What do you want to do?" I said, "I don't even know." I said, "Even my work I'm even tired of my work." He said, "What do you want to do? What do you like to do?" I said, "The only thing I know I like to do is to read. I can read for Africa. I can read free of charge if nobody gives me money. They should just give me breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'll just be reading." He said, "So why don't you start a business about reading?" I said, "I don't mind, but I don't know how." He said, "Don't worry, I can teach you." That was that I gathered money. He took me to Lagos, showed me how to buy books, how to sell books. I became a bookseller. I had a very big space boss.
Wow.
Look at the job. I was talking about waste. Then I became a
Yes.
so I had a big space bus then. So I would go to Lagos, I'll buy books, I'll put them in my boot, I'll drive it around town in Badon. Once I go to work, I was still working then. I will go to work, I will come back, and then I will sell books. Then one day I went to Lagos to buy the books. After I started my master's, I was still going to Lagos. I've left my job, so I was carrying the books. I got
My God.
then I got to Lagos one day, and guess what? I just went to a shelf. Don't forget, I have a full room that I've kept different kind of waste, including agbado, karanwe,
Wow.
shuku agbado, irukere agbado, agolo, paper, plastics, washed and kept on the shelves. I did not have any idea of what I could do with it, but I started storing them. Then I got to a shelf and I stumbled on a craft book, and I opened that book, and my life did not remain the same again. But immediately I opened the book, the first thing I saw was the price. Yeah, one book, 8,000. I closed the back. Get behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. Because I was
My God.
300 book that I can sell 1,000, 500 I can sell 1,000. But this one book is like almost 8,000. Where will I get that kind of money? I closed the back. But I did not have peace. I could not concentrate anymore. I was roaming, I was going about in the shop. And then at some point, I was like, you know what? If I buy this one book, I will not die. Let me shall buy it. I bought that book. But you know what that book did for me? For each page of that book that I opened, and I'm seeing ideas of what I could do with the waste that I've kept in my room,
Wow.
20 fresh new ideas were coming from the universe.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Once things that I never thought about before,
Mm.
but just by opening that book, but just by deciding to pick up that book. As I'm seeing one idea, immediately I'm reading it.
Wow.
I'm getting like 20 variations.
Yeah.
My head was, I could not breathe. I was just like, what is this?
Wow.
My Ejendele, Ejendele, pack that
Wow.
book. I kept that one inside my hand till Lagos. I did not breathe. I landed in Ibadan like this. It was like door of creativity just opened. Orí mi kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní hó fún idea. Orí mi kàn mama idea yẹn mama orí mi máa ṣe hó.
Oh my God.
It was,
Oh yeah.
it was like a floodgate. It just opened. I started seeing things that I've kept in my room. I started seeing them with new eyes.
Life.
Eggshells,
Life.
pencil shavings,
Life.
tissue rolls. It was like heaven opened. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do without crafting. No back, no school, no anything. I just started.
Wow.
Guess what? One by one, I started bringing out my box of books out of the car, and I was replacing them with box of crafts. And I was showing people. I would take it to school. They would say, "Wow, these are beautiful ideas. Beautiful ideas." Now, I have a full room of waste that I've kept. Now, the door of creativity has opened. So, creativity and the waste available merged together. I started creating. Then I will load them inside boxes. Then there will not be space for me to put them. Then I will remove one box of books. Then I'll put the box of crafts. And I was taking it down to school. When I get to they'll say, "Wow, this is beautiful idea. Lord, which university did you store there?" I'll be like, "You are." They'll say, "No, abroad." I say, "Abroad, I don't have passports." Let me tell you another thing that happened to me. Impressed. I never for one day say I want to travel abroad. My brothers, my sisters, they were doing passports. They were planning that they want to travel. I said, "Travel for to where?" To go and watch that time. People used to travel to go and be sweeping toilets or be doing security guard. I said, "Me, not for me to go and pay romance." I said, "You know what I said?" As of this is like 2000 and I said, anytime I'm traveling, Oyibo people will send me tickets
Wow.
on all expense paid trip. I will not go there to go and be sweeping anybody's house or be changing my name or be changing my age before I can enter there. I said, I have something to do, a mission to fulfill here in Ibadan. And until I'm done with that mission, I'm not going anywhere. Look at me now. Do I live for somebody that wants?
No, no, not
When
at
I
all.
wanted to collect, when I wanted to collect my passport, Holy Spirit, this one told me, see passport officer, but passport. I did not plan. If you see how my passport, the first passport I took, if you see how terrible my face was, I was coming from a mechanic house. Immigration project is here. Let me continue. When you turn your passport, I could pay for it now. No makeup, no. My face was like a mechanic's face in my first passport. So I found vision. Started using creativity to transform waste. Started taking it round, showing different schools. And guess what? All of them said they would call me. But guess, none of them called. None of them. No one. So I said, if they are not calling me to come to the school, then me, I have a big space. I was staying inside Bodija. My space was very big. I said, if the students are not going to call me, I can call the students to come to my house during the holiday. That was how I started holiday camp in 2012.
Wow. Wow.
Printed
Wow.
flyer,
Wow.
shared this round. And guess what? Our first holiday camp, we had 33 students. 32 children and one grandma, one
Wow.
adult. And including the adult and the children, they were with me for 2 weeks and they did not want to go back home after 2 weeks. And that was when I started seeing myself as a creative person.
Mm.
When I could take a paper, put something on it, show somebody, and the person say, wow. Although some of my friends will say, are you okay? Show shop over okay, sha. Kí ni mo gbọ́ paper tó ń já káàkiri báyìí? Why are you picking waste? Why are you counting and why are you? So if I want to look at what my friends were saying around me then, we will not be here today. But guess what? For each time I show a child, and the child is saying, oh, I like it. Can I have it? That it has made my day.
Mm. Mm.
That was how my journey into waste started. And when I did that camp, and the parents came and said, wow, you're doing amazing things. Can you come to my school? And she took
Wow.
me to Ibadan International School to go and be teaching Oyibo children. I thought I was in dreamland. During the interview, I was telling them, I said, guess what? Joshua, let me shock you. They were interviewing me. Joshua, they were interviewing me. They were interviewing me as a visual arts teacher. Chongbo,
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
I did not know what is primary color.
Wow. Wow.
And I did not have told them. I said, I don't know what is primary color. I'm telling my interviewer. Because I did not have any theory of art. I did not do art in school now.
Yes. Yes.
The supervisor said the interviewer was a Canadian. She said, but you will know some things. Let me be like a pointillism, like George Stewart. I brought out my phone. I typed pointillism. George Stewart. Niwaju.
Wow.
And I still got the job because they saw what I could do
Mm.
practically. Then they gave me lower class. And luckily for me, in that school, they don't do exams. They do practical. They do what they can do
Wow.
summations. They call it
Wow.
summations.
Mm.
So
Mm.
when I want to teach the children, that's when I will read the theories.
Mm.
So I will read what I want to teach, I will understand it, then I will come and teach the students in class. And that was when I started learning all the theories, all the climate change, all the sustainability, all the story. That was when I started learning it. And guess what? I did it for 5 years. Visitors are coming in and the dog is cleaning his head out. Be quiet. Don't worry, friends. It's okay, they have gone inside. That was when I started learning the theories of art and the theories about climate change. So I learned it while on the job.
Mm. Mm.
But despite that, I
Mm.
still
So sorry, we can't hear you, ma.
there's no
All right, you're back now.
how that you want to do waste management that you must not be creative. Because when you start waste management, money will not flow, you will suffer.
Mm.
Hey. But creativity is a juice that flows and gives you life, that keeps you awake when there's no 1,000 naira in your account.
Mm.
When the ideas are flowing in your head and you are sitting down to execute those ideas, they
Mm.
are like, do you know what I call it? Is there, I hope there's
Oh,
nobody here that's less than 18.
no, no,
Do you have anybody on the call that's less than 18?
no, ma, no,
No.
not
Very
at
good.
all, not
I
at
call
all.
it orgasm.
Mm.
I call it orgasm because when the juice of creativity is flowing in your head, you can't sleep, you are not going to be hungry,
Mm.
it's going to fill you up. But that is only if you are exploring it. If the creativity, if the ideas are flowing in your head and you are not exploring it, you will be frustrated,
Mm.
you will be sad, you will be happy, you will be tired of life. And before you know it, you will abandon that thing that is setting up in your brain.
mm,
But for every idea that flow in your head and you explore it and you see it come to life, it gives you enough juice and orgasm, enough for you to work on the next idea. And that
mm,
is how you keep flowing. You know, there's this song
mm,
that say, one day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's what I'm asking from you.
mm,
All you need to make use of your creativity to waste management you're sure will do, is to eat one day at a time.
mm.
If today you have 1,000 naira in your account after your creative exploration, you will thank God and you say, now that day is over. Then if tomorrow comes, in my life, in my journey in this, since 2012 that I started this, and since 2016 that I have left paid employment. Since 2016, I left paid employment and I've been on my own, running my business myself since 2016 around this waste. And from 2019, I started hiring other people and paying salary.
Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic, fantastic,
in, in
fantastic.
this business that I do not have any other job I'm doing, this waste management business, using creativity, ah, your head must be correct. Because what sell yesterday will not sell today.
Mm-hmm.
What people bought yesterday, they may not ask for it in the next 1 week. So your head must be constantly correct for you to think up creative ways of reinventing yourself. And that is the beauty of creativity and thinking. You must be a thinker. Your head must be on your head. Your head must be correct. And you must be thinking right. When you not have the backing of the Holy Spirit, I'm not sure whether we have all Christians here or Christian and Muslim, but I'm talking about my own experience.
Christians and Muslims.
But very good. Me, I'm a Christian. Me, I have backing. I'm not alone. My small brain, this my small brain, cannot think of all these things that you are saying. So I'm not ordinary, I'm not alone. Me, I get backing. When I sleep, on my bewa, it can come as a thought, it can come as a picture.
Mm.
And once I see it, okay, like how did I started doing PP40? When you were reading my session, you said PP40 when I was 48. How? Guess what? Let me tell you the story of how that PP40 idea came.
Wow.
I was broke. There was no money. As you forget, I have left my work. 2016, I left my work. So I was alone. I was on my own. I was running. I do this job in the morning. I was learning different things. I went to go and learn makeup and daily. I learned makeup and daily. I opened a makeup studio. I was doing dreadlocks. I had dreadlocks on my this picture of my this picture that I used on my flyer. That was my dreadlocks. That was like 8 years. I cut it when it was 10 years. I had 10 years old lock, almost to my waist at the back. I had a studio that I do locks for people. I was Jama, running elter skelter trying to feed.
Mm,
That particular day, I was broke to broke. And so I said, God, I know that you are God and you are great. I want you to show me that you are God and that you love me. Let somebody somewhere, let them send me free money today in my account. Hey, that was what I told God early in the morning when I woke up that day. So I was working, I was doing my regular work, and then around 9 p.m., I just remembered what I said in the morning. I said, wait, nobody has given me or sent me any money today. What's going on? So I left all I was doing, went into my room, I locked the door, and started chatting. I said, Lord, I know that you are God now, and you can do this. Somebody somewhere, whether London, America, Abuja, they can just, my thoughts can just be in their hearts. And they'll just come in and say, Jumoke, báwo ni mo kàn ní kí n kàn tí ẹ kí ẹ ní? Send the account number, you can send the who say, I know that you are God and you can do that. Let that happen so that I can know that you are my God. Shuke. It was while I was sitting down inside that room alone. I started thinking about my life. Then I said, wow, I've lived all my life in Ibadan. despite the fact that I'm not from Ibadan. My parents, both of my parents are from Abeokuta,
Wow.
but I was born here, primary school, secondary school, university. I served. I got married here. I gave birth to I have lived all my life. So I said, wait, oh, I've lived all my life in this Ibadan, and I'm going to be 40 next year. It was 20, I cannot forget, 2017 October.
Mm.
I had worked on my own for 1 year. So 2017 October, I was in my room alone, around 9 to 10 in the night.
Mm.
And that was when I remember that I will be 40 in 19 months' time. And I said, and I asked myself, how do I want to celebrate my 40th birthday? And I said, I don't want to do party. I don't want people to gather and they'll be eating jollof rice. I want to do something impactful. Because few years before that time, Fela came to Ibadan to come and celebrate his 40th birthday. And I was part of the team that followed him to 40 motherless home. And I felt, wow, this is how people can do better and it will impact. And I experienced how that visit impacted those motherless homes. And I remember then I said, when I'm going to be 42, I'll do something similar. So I was able to remember that. I said, I remember how Fela did his birthday. Me too. I want to reach out to 40 people. And I asked myself, I said, you that you are broke, that you don't have any money. And now laugh at myself alone in the room. When I finished laughing, guess what? Police just told me, said, you may not have money, but you have something. So I started thinking. I said, it's true. I don't have money, true, but what do I have? Guess what I could think that I have?
Mm.
Upcycling skills.
Fantastic. Wow.
I just said, yes, I don't have money, true, but I have this gift of seeing waste and turning it into something that somebody will be willing to pay for right there. I said, public school students, they don't have these skills. They don't have art session. They don't even do arts in school anymore. They do CCA. And it is the classroom teacher that will carry textbook and teach them CCA. Many of them have never worked with crayons. They have never worked with paints. They have never touched paint in their life. I said, I may not have money, but I know how to turn charcoal into work of art. I know how to turn flour into painting. I said, I will go to 40 schools and I will teach these children how to use the waste that's available around them. That was how the PP40 project was built. I was broke. The following day, I did not have money for transport. I did not wait. Once the idea dropped, I don't sleep on it. I don't wait until it is perfect. I don't wait until I have money. I move with it immediately. I went to my neighbor's house the following day and I begged her. I said, please, do you have a little bit fuel in your car? He said, yes. I said, please, can you take me to Suburb office? There's this idea that is rolling in my head and I want to go to Suburb to go and get permission. That was how I started PP40 project, my sisters, my brothers.
Wow.
And it was that PP40 project that gave me confidence when I saw the way the children were screaming each time I go to the schools. And after we are done, the joy on their face, the joy on the teacher's face, I told myself, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that was when I registered.
Wow. Wow.
So that P40 idea that I started without money is what led us to you calling me today to come and talk to you.
Thank you, man.
If I did not start it, if I was waiting for money, if I was waiting for everything to be dotted, all the T's to be crossed and all, I would not be here today. But I was, you see now, creative thinking to solve waste management. Do you know how many plastic bottles I have saved? Do you know how many tires? In the last 1 year, I have saved over 5,000 tires that have turned into one product or the other. That is not landfill. So what are we talking about? I don't have to say more than this. So creative thinking for waste management. That you cannot do waste management without creative thinking. There's no money there. It is the creativity that will bring the money because you will keep reinventing yourself. You will keep coming with new products that will be able to put food on your table and you'll be able to pay other people. Now, do you know how many? We have almost 10 people that we are paying salary for at the Waste Museum now from this creative thinking. So, I mean, we cannot but be creative when it comes to waste management because don't forget, it is a new area. It's a new field. It's not taught in the university. It's not something that you see somebody that, oh, this is how they are doing it. No, you have to keep thinking. You have to be open-minded to receive ideas, fresh ideas. You know what is called witty invention? Look at what Adejumoke is doing. Can I tell you the story of Adejumoke Lasisi?
Yes,
We
ma.
were in Ghana together.
Wow.
We were in Ghana together. Doing Ofi alone. We went to Ghana together. And from Nigeria to Ghana, I did not say any other thing apart from waste, 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 waste. So she was with me. We were in Ghana together for almost 1 week, and she saw what I was doing with waste, and she came back and she started thinking about it to herself. Wait, what Adejumoke is screaming about waste? What waste is available that me too I can
Wow.
start using? And because she already has the skill of weaving, she was able to quickly discover how she can turn nylon into weaving material. And look at that today. When you look at Planetary How, the same mission statement, mo fi ṣe company ni Joke fi ṣe company is Planetary How.
Wow. 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 Fantastic. Fantastic.
Create ó kàn bá mi dẹra bá mi hard plastic waste tiẹ̀ inú mi dẹ̀ dùn tó pé kí ni mo bímọ ni tí àwọn dẹ̀ bímọ inú èèyàn máa dùn sí ni.
Mm, mm, mm.
And so that is what your idea that you have, that is what it can give birth to. I don't know who is listening to me today that has a great idea in his heart or in her heart and is thinking it's money that he needs. It's not money you need. Go out and start it how you can do it. There's something in your hand that you have that you
Mm,
can use to start.
mm,
Start anyhow. Start now. Start
mm,
with what you have and
mm.
watch God multiply it. Thank you so very
Wow.
much.
Thank you
Have
so much. Please on your video so that we can have a photograph with our guest speaker. Thank you so much. Wow, wow. Please, if you have any question, you can just send it or you can just ask immediately so that she can take the question because we have limited time. Any question? Please on your video so that we can take photograph with her. So please turn on your videos. Oluwashemebe, I'm waiting for you. Fatima, all right, please turn on your videos so we can take photograph with our guest speaker, please. Fatima, are you on the call? Wow, wow. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, you can do like this or you can give any style. I'm taking the photograph already. Wow, fantastic, fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. My head is already busted. I just want to finish this call now and go and put something together. Thank you so much, Mama Jumoke. God bless you. Any question before we round up the class?
Um, okay. Thank you very much, Ma, and happy birthday once again. Okay, my name is Mabel. I have a question. I'm greatly inspired by your lectures this evening. Seriously, it's as in we need to see more of you, and not just after today. Like need to connect with individuals like you at least for mentorship and all of that. But my challenge is this. Okay, prior to this meeting, I was thinking of going into the industrial part of using waste. Like I'm a textile designer, for instance, and I noticed that over time we have that are produced yearly is just 1% of the waste that is recycled. So what happens to the remaining whatever billion? So I was thinking of going into that aspect, but in the industrial part. But seriously, your talk this evening, in short, like right now, as in, I just remembered I was gifted a craft
Don't
book.
wait, don't wait. Start. Pick
As
somewhere
in,
that you can start.
it's burning.
Pick it now. Start eating it.
Thank
World is
you very
waiting.
much, ma,
Thank you
Pick
so
for
somewhere
this
much.
and start
inspiration.
now.
Thank you very much.
Any other person,
You're
any
welcome.
other question, or if you have anything you want to say? All right, please, one more time. Can we say happy birthday to you, Bobby? 1, 2, 3, go. Happy birthday to you, ma. God bless you. All right, thank you so much. So the class
Thank
is
you very much,
about
ma.
to end now. I am sure
Ma,
you have a
please, can we
wonderful
get
day.
a link to your website or your
I will send.
anything,
I
your
will
links of
just search the Waste Museum. Don't worry,
The
I will
waste.
give the Waste Museum. You will find
Yeah, just say,
the Waste
you
Museum.
just
oh,
type my name, you will find me.
Or
all
Jumoke
right.
Olowowaste.
Okay,
All right, thank you so much,
Just
man.
type
God bless you.
my name.
all right.
Thank
Yeah.
you. God bless you, man. I really appreciate
Thank you
you.
so much. My birthday to be beautiful.
Thank you, man. God bless you,
Bye
man.
bye.
Bye. Wow, wow. I am sure you all have been fired up, and I believe that this is just the start of it. I believe that a lot of ideas is already building, and I want to see what you are going to come up with on the project time. I want all of us to leave this call now and join again in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Leave the call and let's join again.